Hello and welcome, I am Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's try playing Democracy 3 again. This time maybe a little bit less extreme. I have a tendency to try to go in massively, like just completely push it to one side or the other. And we need to be a little bit more balanced. We're going to play as the United States again. Democrats versus Republicans. I'm going to do this though. I'm going to change no term limit just because if the game ends, I want it because I choose it to end, not just because we run out of the ability to continue running. I know that's not like kind of how the United States works, because you really are only allowed to do 8 years. But you know what? Actually, never mind. Let's just play the way that it's supposed to be. That's fine. Okay. Let's see how we do. You may notice that my microphone's a little bit different. I got a microphone boom and shock mount, and it seems to have alleviated all of the echo issues, which is fantastic. Alright, so congratulations on your election victory. Now, this time, again, I'm not going to just crank up income tax. That didn't work out so well. And I've done some reading. I read the entire manual again, and there's like some information that I probably should have known more about. Like, apparently firing somebody affects the loyalty of everybody else. I didn't realize that. Their effectiveness overall affects the amount of taxation you get from things. It also affects like how well they do with keeping costs down. So I need to be a little bit more middle of the road if we want to actually keep our position. Yeah, some pretty loyal people. This guy's not very experienced. Sympathies with motorists and socialists. Very ineffective. So let's try to play it a little bit closer to the middle, but then lean in one direction. The one thing I'm not going to not do, we are going to do this evolution thing. Let's just get rid of evolution. That's going to have to happen soon. We don't have enough points for that quite yet. And actually, you know what I could do? I could just start the game off right away by saying the death penalty. Where's the death penalty at? Impose most crime. Most crime causes death penalty. That seems like a good idea. How's liberalism looking? 63% of the country's liberal. But we're going to just pass the death penalty for most crime. Oh, geez, that'd be funny. To raise it, it would be 44 points. I can do that next turn. I want to see how that goes. Let's do that. We're just going to do nothing our first turn. Debt protection law. Allow agencies to operate or limit them. I say we limit them. Try to protect the people. We have a triple B rating. Approval rate is disappointing. 42%. Human Rights Society has been criticizing the government on the radio. You jerks. 14 million people are part of the Human Rights Society. Alright, so now we have 52 points. That's the cap. This is like the only opportunity I think we're going to have for quite a long time to actually have enough points to do this. So let's just pass it. From now on, if you commit most crime, you know, if you jaywalk, you're going to get executed. There we go. Let's see how that works out for us. Here I go, starting off the video saying that I'm not going to be too extreme, and then we just impose the death penalty for almost all things. But that'll get rid of crime in general, I hope, and get rid of internet crime, get rid of some of the other problems that we have. Yeah, so we have a surplus actually of 4.76 billion per quarter. Very nice. Still have our technological advantage. We have an issue with skills, so we need to work on education eventually. Now, education is something that definitely takes a long time. Food standards, where's education? Technology colleges, abortion, state health, science funding, state schools, here we go. This takes 12 turns to actually fully implement, so it takes a long time to see the benefits of this. 12 turns, that's like, you know, forever, practically. But, something to consider. We don't have to do anything this term. I do want to spend a little bit more time looking at graphs and stuff, because that's a big part of this game. There's this whole focus group thing, which I've spent absolutely no time looking at. Fanatically opposed. This woman named Raymond Jackson, apparently. She's 100% likely to vote, makes 98 grand a year. She's a Republican. Fanatically opposed. 0% approval. How nice. Alright, let's move on. Ban tobacco. I say we ban it. Yeah, let's get rid of alcohol and cigarettes. The Human Rights Society is actively encouraging its members. How do we make them like us better? Human rights. It's not good. It's not good at all. What's your problem? Their effectiveness is generally considered to be adequate. I am curious to see how my immediate decisions have already affected the loyalty of these people. Like, I'm going to piss off this religious conservative woman. She's very loyal, not that effective. Not too much experience. I might consider changing her. Because I'm going to piss off religious people for sure. And this person's effectiveness is terrible. And yet he provides quite a bit of political capital per turn. It's amazing how loyal this person is, even though... Yeah. What can we do that's kind of middle of the road and just makes people happy? A clean fuel subsidy doesn't cost too much money. Takes just 1/4 to implement. This would be a subsidy for cleaner fuels, such as the ultra-low sulfur fuel, in an effort to reduce the environmental impact of motoring. The subsidy will reduce the cost of fitting catalytic converters to older cars and provide an incentive at the pump to choose less damaging fuels. It's quite popular with the voters. It's good for the environment, environmentalists. It's pretty much good for everybody. We just kind of crank up as much as we want. That's a good change, I think. That's a good thing to spend money on, or political capital on. Actually, both. Race discrimination. Yeah, that's something I think. Oh, that's only 200 million. That's very inexpensive. It's going to decrease racial tension. The only people that aren't going to like it are the conservatives. Conservatives make up a lot of the population, 201 million. And they're currently generally supportive, but they're they're also highly trusting. Good. Now, cynicism I also read about in the game manual. This is something where, you know how the strategy generally is to do nasty things right when you come into office and try to please the people right before an election? They know you're doing that, and that's what this cynicism measure is for. If you do things like that, they will downgrade from highly trusting to highly cynical, and then that's bad. So you can't just do it that way. You kind of have to kind of do what you said you were going to do. Oh shoot, did I do that thing again? What did I just pass? I just passed something. Not that it wasn't a tax, it was a stimulus. I'm gonna have to look at all of them, aren't I? Well, it wasn't certainly foreign policy. Clean fuel subsidy? No, that wasn't the one. It was the Racial Discrimination Act. And what I did is I clicked on something, and then you lose your ability to freely move it. That's really irritating how that happens. You should be able to go back to this screen, I think. It's my own fault. So now it's going to cost me an extra political capital if I want to raise it, which I think I do. It's going to make the conservatives a little bit upset, but overall I think it's a good thing. So we shall apply it. Right now we have a little bit of money going towards debt, 24.89 billion. Our income is almost predominantly, pretty much only coming from income tax. Sales tax is a little bit of it. It'd be a lot to raise sales tax. Right now it's at 16%. That's insane. 31% income tax. Eventually, I'd like to try to operate like a balanced budget that we can eventually lower taxes. Everybody likes that, right? Can we implement anything that would actually give us a little bit of money without pissing anyone off? Recreational drugs. In societies that have legalized drugs, such as cannabis and marijuana, there is a temptation to treat consumption of these drugs as a source of government revenue, given that claims that their consumption should be politically or politely discouraged due to the negative effects on citizens' health. in a similar way to governments taxing alcohol or tobacco. I think in order for that to make a difference, first we have to legalize narcotics. Right now they're outlawed. If we did legalize cannabis, for example, that would increase legal drug consumption, which then we could tax, but it's going to piss off the conservatives. I say it's a little bit too radical to do right now. Although in real life it's pretty close to happening. Perhaps I should look at lowering expenses slightly. Let's consider tuning back patriotic military spending. I'm going to have to lower it slowly. Actually, we don't have enough points. We're a few points shy. It's going to take a long time, eight turns, but I think it makes sense to try to bring that down. Look at all that money we could save, 100 billion a quarter. I mean, well-trained is sufficient, isn't it? Alright, so we'll wait a turn and we'll consider that next turn. There is a stress epidemic. Doctors have warned that our businesses are working people too hard. Okay. We have a surplus of 21 billion. See, again, I don't like how when you click on that and then you go back, it goes to the main screen. I want to go here. Not done reading about it. 52% of the vote in the election, so we're not pissing people off too much. Nothing's really changed much yet. Ethnic minorities are a little bit happy with me. They like that we did the Race Discrimination Act. Foreign aid could help it. Racial tension is going down because of the implementation of the Race Discrimination Act. Citizenship tests. We can increase citizenship tests, which will reduce immigration, but also reduce racial tension, make people patriotic. But it hurts the ethnic minorities. How many ethnic minorities do we have? 32%. 105 million, that's quite a few. Alright, let's not do that yet. Prisons apparently contribute to crime. Alright. Now, I know I was waiting for that political capital for a reason. I can't remember what it was now. Military spending, I think. I say we tune down the military to about, say, here, well-trained. It's going to cost a lot of points to do, but we need the money. And I think that it's unrealistic for us to try to police the world as the United States. A welfare fraud department. When government gives so much money out in welfare payments, it's essential that the money is correctly targeted and not exploited by people making spurious claims. These things cost too much. Organic farm. Recycling. What I should probably be doing is like making sure that I'm making decisions that kind of line up with my cabinet. Otherwise I'm going to hurt their loyalty. The other thing I should do is probably just get rid of the people that don't apply. Because if I don't pay close attention to this, if I let their effectiveness go way down, it's really going to hurt me. Like this guy here. He's very loyal, very inexperienced. His overall effectiveness is terrible. I'm wondering if there's somebody that would be better for me in that area. That would actually play the way that I want to play. What's funny though is I actually do want to play fairly socialist. I want to give out, like I want to balance the budget and pay off the debt. Give more, universal health care, do the Obamacare thing. This guy's a socialist. He should like that. Maybe his effectiveness is low just because of his experience. That's probably the case. We don't have to spend our points right now. Internet crime. We will need to take care of crime, though. So yes, law and order. Community policing. I like this one. Work with the community rather than attempting to control it. That sounds good. Alright, so liberals like it, crime goes down, violent crime goes down, racial tension goes down even further, liberalism goes up, antisocial behavior goes down, and alcohol abuse goes down. This is just a very good thing. Costs a bit of money, but I think it's a good idea. So we'll enable that one. And police drones, unmanned aerial reconnaissance. Big brother. Fuel efficiency standards is probably something that's good to have. It's going to lower oil demand. Motorist income would go up. Car usage would go up. Environmentalists would like it. Capitalists don't. But it also lowers CO2. Yeah, I like this one too. Alright, getting the basics in place. The one thing that I want to really make sure I don't do this time is I don't want homelessness to stay an issue. I want to really, like, how can I, okay, how do we curb homelessness? It's a lot of information we're looking at right here. So the green ones represent increased homelessness. Immigration is causing homelessness. Poverty is causing homelessness, obviously. How do we decrease poverty? We could decrease poverty by lowering sales tax, increasing pensions. Food stamps helps get rid of poverty. We already have food stamps. Seems to be pretty good in almost every way, it just costs money. So yeah, let's do that. And that feels like a pretty good spot to end that turn. Unemployment is going up. Awesome. Child labor. We can make speeches about how children should be in school until we are blue in the face, but unless we back up our words with legislation and the threat of criminal action, our children will continue skipping school to earn money. We must back this law for the sake of the children. Let's do this one this time. Criminalize it. We still have a surplus, so that's nice. The global economy is tanking, as usual. One thing I think would be kind of cool if it gave it actual, like, year, like what year is it? Like, I don't know what time frame this is based on. But, ooh, there was one, it's very popular. CCTV cameras are actually very popular with people. Very expensive, though. But it would lower crime. And it's popular with people, so we kind of need that. Liberals won't like it. Crime goes way down, violent crime goes down. Conservatives like it, antisocial behavior goes down. A face recognition system. Well, conservatives make up the majority of our people, so let's go ahead and do that. That sounds fine. And public smoking. Well, in the real world, I'm pretty sure that they've banned smoking in restaurants and other major places, but you can still smoke pretty much everywhere. Ban public smoking altogether. I wonder if that would actually apply to, like, outdoors. But let's do it. Piss people off. Sounds fun. Crime's down. Unemployment continues to rise. Education's getting better. That will be good. That's going to increase productivity, lower racial tension and crime and violent crime, and it gets rid of skills shortage, which we currently have skills shortage as a problem. So we need to get that to go below the stop trigger to get rid of this GDP penalty. 21.82% penalty on our GDP because of that skills shortage problem. It's caused by technology. It's caused... Wait a minute. It's reduced by immigration. How can we increase immigration? We could get rid of our border controls. Random passport checks. It actually saves us money to get rid of that. Tourism would go up. Ethnic minorities goes up. Immigration goes up. Liberals like it. Patriots don't. Well, I think that's a grand idea. Let's allow people to come into the country. We are, after all, the land of the free, home of the brave, American dream and all that, whatnot. I hate when people say whatnot. It's not a real word. Okay, I'm looking for things that people like. Free school meals. Sure. A little bit of socialism, why not? Gonna cost not too much money, really. Reduces poverty. Poor people like it. Healthy. Increases the health of our people. Socialists like it. Parents like it. Seems pretty good in almost every way. Just cost money. I like those ones. Ones that just cost money but make everyone happy. That's my style. I like that. Still operating on a surplus. Be nice if the global economy kicked up a notch. Alright, well I'm going to take a break here though, and I will see you again in the next video. Thank you so much for watching everyone. See you again soon.